Hello?
Eleni, it's Louis.
Brother Louis, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. How was your first day?
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh my gosh, my first day. We spent most of the day at the school. There were some special assemblies and lots of a liturgy, and children performed Christmas carols and little drama, poetry, prose, all sorts of things. There were some special soccer balls distributed and PK for Africa caps. That was a big day. We sat at a table and observed and participated. I distributed some of the PK for Africa gifts to the children. I participated in the liturgy and came back and then went down to experience food shopping. So it was really a school day, you know, being at the school, watching what the children were doing, their performances, just being part of the church community, the school community / church community. Because it's like the church is unfinished, right? As you know, it's incredibly unfinished, but it was packed with hundreds and hundreds of school children in there. So it was like the church was the place to worship and the place to come together as well. Actually around the school, because we got there a little bit late because of driving problems and African time. So we actually went straight into the chapel and spent, the next 5.5 hours in there. So the children came to us. We had the primary school first, and then it was a repeat for the high school. Children, warm, friendly, all those typical things that you see on documentaries. I guess what sprung out for me was that the church was so packed that some of the students couldn't actually come in. So you'd see them hanging from outside just to peek in and be involved because there was no more room inside. So it was pretty amazing to just be surrounded by so many children. And with also some of the homeless, the young mothers with the children that came in, because people just came into the church in wheelchairs with their babies. It was like you felt like how the church used to be 1,500 years ago, where people came in to be fed, to be taken care of. It felt like I had been transported back in time. Cameras were going crazy, the video cameras were, the photograph cameras were. The kids performed the PK for Africa song, which is videotaped, and I understand is going on YouTube or is being sent to you to be put on YouTube. And it was a lovely, lovely little performance of thank you to Australia, both the children and the adults in Australia, from the children themselves. So that was pretty awesome. The heat is fine. The lifestyle, as I said to Jared and his wife, if they weren't here, I think it would have been a bit daunting for me, even for a seasoned traveller like myself. So I think it's important when people say they want to come, that there are certain things they have to be really prepared for. And fortunately, my tiny toner has prepared me a little bit for that. It really prepares you for the poverty and the amount of people that need help. Nothing can prepare you for that. You're just surrounded by it constantly. Some power failures, so I was very, very blessed to have the mobile phone, so I could actually walk around and see where I was because of the jet lag. Didn't sleep well last night, so but the room is very comfortable. Everybody has been so hospitable and helpful. It's amazing how, without even doing anything, that there's an air of positiveness by us being here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't feel as if I've contributed anything, but, people are saying, so glad you're It almost like gives some hope that if we can see what is happening, somehow we can make it better by, visibly seeing it and then taking it back to Australia and telling people what we see. Now I'm cooking my first vegetarian meal in Africa. I thought what I thought were bananas, but they're not. They're actually a vegetable that looks exactly like a banana, so I'm experimenting.
And how are you getting on with Father Themi?
Well, I haven't seen him an awful lot. I saw him this morning, and we've had like brief chats. We had a little bit of a chat last night when he kind of explained, I guess, what the expectation of people coming here should be in terms of how they conduct themselves. And he was anxious that, I may have been offended by it, but I actually, it's important to kind of communicate that very early on. So I wasn't in the least offended by being told, you come here, there's a certain, we are looked at, like we're noticeable, so the way we behave and conduct ourselves is important. So, yeah. And he's had a very long day, so I think he's upstairs either studying or doing something, because